minutes just to do a little chit chat or conversation. Um, right now it's about 12 something here. So I'm probably only going to be on for maybe a little bit, not much, but I thought I would just say hi and maybe talk I'm going to look at it like a little journal, you know, expressing my feelings and instead of writing it down on paper, I'll just voice it out. Like, well, I'm so glad today I didn't have to, go to work. Um, in fact, I have this whole weekend off, and I'm kind of excited about it. I really am. Because usually I pick up hours, a lot of hours. I usually work from 56 to over 60 hours a week. And I get paid every 2 weeks, so altogether it could be over 100 hours. So this weekend I'm relaxing, I'm chilling out, I'm vegging, I'm taking it easy on myself. I think I have the right for that. You know what I'm saying? I think I have that right. And I just thought maybe even just to talk about little things like I did start talking about it in my last stream, but I kind of got into a conversation with somebody, so I thought that was more interesting. But I was talking about my family, like when you take a DNA test, um, you find out your ethnicity and then you get your matches. I got my matches and I found a lot of people that are basically long distance related to me, which makes sense from colonization. From places like Colombia, Chile, Peru, Bolivia. I think there was like one person in Argentina, somebody in a few people in Portugal, few in Spain, El Salvador, and other places like around those, Nicaragua. Um, there was some place in the Emirates, I think it was. Hi, how are you? I know I'm not sure what time it is where you're at, but I know here it's about 12 something. How, well, it was pretty good today. It was a relaxing day for me, which I'm not used to that. It was relaxed, laid back. I took it easy, which I usually don't. So this is a very unique weekend for me. So I'm kind of like excited about that. Because usually, like I said before, I work about um, within 2 weeks, I work about 100 hours or more or over. Okay. I'm I'm 49 years old. Yeah, I'm 49. How old are you? Hello? I think it's Patrick. How old are you? Where do you guys come from anyways? Are you both from somewhere in the US or from another country? I don't know. I'm curious. Well, I reside in upstate Rome, New York, where it's nice and cold and a lot of snow and really cold. It's starting to warm up a bit though. Because it's spring is around the corner, pretty much. Where? Oh, sorry. Hi, everybody. Oh, I said, where does everybody come from in here? Oh, you come from New Hampshire, USA? Maine. So most people here is from the US, huh? Nobody from another country or anything, because I know some people, in some places. Okay, Arizona, PA. Nice. Do you guys still get like all the snow that we get here? Because we get a lot of, we've gotten a lot of snow here. You're at the border. Damn your mods quick. I don't know what that means. What? You never sold me anything because I don't do that stuff. West PA had 28. Ah, so you're in the area where you get, snow too. I'm getting tired of seeing it. I really am. Because everything is like, it's so hard to do anything. It really is. And then you have to, when it starts snowing and then there's like black ice underneath it, you have to be careful when you're riding on the roads. And can you ask me something? Sure. Has to be a good question though. Nothing negative. Illegals. Well, we had a lot of illegals, not so much anymore. Wow. Sorry. I know the experience of illegals because I was married to an illegal. Hi, my son. Okay. What time is it here? It's about 12 something here. Thank you. They sold two of my trucks. Oh, they stole two of your trucks. Okay. Break. They broke into your shop? Wow, I'm sorry about that. I gotta say, there are some illegals that come in the wrong way and cause havoc, but there are some that might have came in the wrong way, but are really loving people because I married one. My husband was from Chile and he was in New York City for the longest time. And then he came up here and that's where I met him. And we went through a lot of immigration court hearings. It took us 10 years, but he finally was able to stay with me in the US until he got his everything legalized and everything. But the only thing is, he couldn't get into any. Oh, sure, they're loving. No one is arguing. We are just arguing that we have no way to separate who's good. That's true. You're right on that. There are ones that even there are ones that do cause trouble. I'm not gonna lie. But there are the ones that are just here maybe just the wrong way. Maybe they did come in the wrong way. Maybe some just overstayed their visa or didn't. There's just other things like that. Um, but yeah, but then there's also Americans that cause trouble, and I don't know how to put it because I don't know who's worse, who's not. Because have a cold. Oh, I definitely have a cold too. It's like right up here. Hi, hi, Carnus, Carnus. Yeah, I know. That's like a a complicated subject because yes, there are people that are going to cause havoc, even if they're illegal or American citizens. But then there's ones, no, honestly, if we're Americans, we got to stay here. We just got to slam them in the jail cells, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. It's a difficult situation. I mean, we have to worry about, of course, bad illegals, but at the same time, we have to worry about bad Americans. And then at the same time, we have to worry about um how to, you know, there's ones in here that are illegal but doing well and doing good. And then there's Americans doing well and doing good. So, I mean, how do we I don't know how to You're right. We should immigrate correctly. Yeah. It's the right thing to do. Then you won't land up in all the problems that, come along with it. If you come the wrong way, there are problems that come with it. Yeah. You're right. I mean, I can't say anything on that. You are right on that. But it's just so sad the way, yeah, I see that you're not in New York. You're probably where illegals are very strong, right? It's by the border you mentioned, or right? You don't want to be in New York because it's too cold here. It's cold. It's very cold. Luke's Lukeville? Where's that? Thousands of days, LOL. Where is Lukeville? Is that the place that's next to the border? Oh, it's a border town. Okay, I got you. That explains where you said I live next to the border, so it's a border town. Makes sense. There's a bunch of border towns. Yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure what border town my grandmother was born in, but she is Mexican American and she was born on the American side. and she was born right on the border between Mexico and US, right on the border. And then my grandfather, sorry, originally came from Mexico and crossed the border through the I think it was called the Eagle Pass, something like that. Yeah, I heard that was dangerous. So I have a family history because my dad's family is Mexican American and Mexican. And I still have family that are still in Mexico. And I have family that are on the American side too. So before it became America or it became Mexico, I think my family has a history here um, for at least 500 years, 600 years, because it was hard to immigrate. Yeah, I know. Legally. All I know is I do have family history around those areas. And my family is still there. Some of my family, when it comes to my father's side, is still there. And they are Mexican American or Mexican. If I should come down there. Is it really that bad? Come check out the border. Yeah. I heard that Trump not just Trump, I think even the Mexican side put up, well, mostly Trump put up the a big wall, but I think and also they put a door between it. I'm sure it has calmed down. Yeah. Who stopped paying them? Yeah. Yeah. And I know they put a door on it so people can't just walk in or walk out anymore. And they have the American site, but they have the Mexican site on the other side, and they left. Yeah. Yeah. It's a massive wall. You can see it all over, like when they started putting it up, you can see it all over the news and how they put like a door stretch from Cali to Texas. Yeah. Yeah. That I have seen. I mean, I haven't seen it personally, but you can see it all over the news. I haven't been down there in a long time. I guess we were take a trip. It's a trip. Yeah, I'm sure it is from New York to Texas and down that area, Arizona. Oh my gosh, it is a trip. And I know I do have still family there because I have in Mexico too. I have somebody that's related to me. We were doing a genealogy together and we bring my boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I've been a widow for the last four 4 years and something months. I just oh man, I yeah, I miss him. I do. I miss him very much. But Yeah. So, like I mentioned, I do have family down there, and I was doing genealogy with my I guess we're considered. I will meet him again. Are you from do you have a Hispanic background or yeah, I know he is. Could I go on? I probably could, but he will always be in my heart because he was a good man. Yeah. What's mean? Are you Hispanic yourself? Retired Marine? Do you come from Hispanic background? Yes. Okay. That's all. Oh, you're Cuban. Cubans? Hi. How are you? Oh, you're the first generation of Cuban from Cuba. Okay. My family's been here. My Mexican side has been here. Well, if it comes to the colonization part, been here for about 600 years. But some of my family has been here for thousands of years. The original people that were here before anything, the indigenous people. But then my mom is European, so that changes things for me too, all over again, because she comes from the UK. She comes from Wales. So I come from a very mixed, diverse family background. I'm happy you're doing good. Your your dad's from Cuba. Okay. That's good. So does your whole family speak Spanish or some of them are what do you call it? What is my name? Victoria. Well, I carry the name Victoria Murray Diaz right now, but my birth name was Victoria Rivera, my maiden name. You're James. Nice to meet you, James. Yeah, my name is Victoria. Victoria Murray Diaz. Zoom. Okay. I'm from Chandler, Arizona originally. Okay. So you're first generation. Ah, near Phoenix. Yeah. I know my family's been around that area for the last 500 to a couple thousand years. I'm sure my native family has been like wandering the hills and the wilderness and everything for thousands of years, but now in modern days, we're just a mixture of people. We're just a mixed. I know the indigenous is very strong in my. I just retired from the USMC. It's very strange. Is it very strange to be retired? I'm too young to be retired yet. I can't retire. Be nice. I'm only 49 years old, so I got a little bit. Yeah. I get that a lot from some people when they retire. They don't know what to do with themselves. It's like, now what do I do with myself? Trying to figure it out. You're 39 and you're retired. Okay, you're retired Marine. Okay. So you're still kind of young. You're definitely not. You're definitely not old. You're definitely not like one of those youngsters. But 39. I wish I was 39 again. Really do. Right now I'm 49. Eesh. So, yeah. It is definitely it is definitely nice to meet you here. Definitely. Interesting. So, since you've been retired, um what have you been doing with yourself? Like, I mean, are you trying to find another job somewhere, or you're just gonna just chill out for a little bit, or I don't know. Nice to meet you too. It is. Ah. So, what are you doing since your retirement? Do you Are you just settling kind of just for a little bit, or I'm a journeyman lineman? What is journey? I build power. Oh, okay. You build power lines? That's interesting. What kind of job is that? Like, no, you're still kind of, I mean, you're only 39 years old. You still gotta, you can still work for another, what, 20 something more years, maybe, maybe more. Me, I'm 49, so I got like maybe 20, maybe less. But I don't know what I would do with myself in construction jobs. Okay, that makes sense when it comes to building power lines. What work do I do? I'm a DSP. What I do is I take care of autistic behavioral children. Sometimes the job can be a challenge. It definitely can be. Um, but at the same time, it can be very rewarding too. sometimes the kids could be very, very, very loving, but they can turn on you really fast. They really can. And they could become, some could become very physically aggressive, and others maybe not physically aggressive, but they could be aggressive to themselves. Is it wild? It can be. It can be. But right now I'm still at that job. I'm just trying to look for a different job. Um so yeah, it can be. It, there's days it could be very easy, but there's days that could be very challenging, and I don't know. It's strange talking to me like this. Oh, meeting a stranger like this. I know it's strange for me too, because I just started doing this. I mean, I have a YouTube channel, but before I just used to just post like little shorts, bring alive my artwork, things like that with AI or things, or I did some like recording stuff and just downloaded, my like little topics of certain things. But I've only went live a few times doing stuff like this. So it is kind of weird, and it's different to me. Um but it's interesting. Thank you. I try to, be as interesting as I can be. Um because this is the real me. I'm not just recording something, you know, trying to think up words to say or trying to be creative and try to bring a thing alive through my artwork, but I'm really being me. I'm making conversation with someone I don't even know. Okay. I don't know what that means, but yeah. It is interesting. This is different to me. I've only been doing this live streaming. Maybe this is my fourth time now. And the other times was only like 25 minutes, or this is the real me. This is who I am. This is really me. So, I mean, I'm not hiding behind any paper or putting a mask on, or I'm really me. I'm really who I am. No AI, no me bringing anything alive. It's me. That's it. This is all you're going to get. This is who I am. And yeah, a lot of people say I have interesting talk, I have an interesting background, or especially when I go into the history of my family, it's very interesting, and it's like, "Whoa, tell me more." But especially if you like history on stuff, I got a lot of history. I I try to be a kind person. I am not the kind of person that goes around um causing havoc, causing craziness. I like peace. I like peace. I like um I don't hate anybody. I just maybe might not like something that somebody did, and I tell them about it. I don't sit there and hide things from them. You want me to tell you about the 80s? Oh no. I was born when I was a kid. We had no cell phones. In the 80s, we had no cell phones. Basically, if you wanted to go see your friend, you had to walk all the way down to their house, knock on the door, and if they weren't there, guess what? You had to walk all the way back home. There's no cell phone to say, hey, we just left. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be home when you come here. We didn't have that. Ah, you were born in 87. I was born in 76. So you were born in the 80s, but more later 80s, where you probably did see like the old, the first like cell phone that came out. It was big and it was huge. It looked like a walkie-talkie instead of a cell phone. That thing was huge. And when I was a little girl, we had the mostly like phone lines, and we had the dial where you would like turn um the dial and you would go shh, and then it would go like this. And then you would go to the next number, turn it around. It was crazy. I remember having my um what was it? Walkman. And we had like the little tapes that went in. Yeah, it was definitely retro dial. Yep, it was definitely that. And we had no computers back when. The main people that had the computers was um mainly like Air Force, or they had the first like computers that they used. But most people in their homes, they barely had computers. I did, yeah. I used to like I loved my music. Yes, I definitely remember the payphones. I used to go down and use the payphones quite often, and just to reach out to somebody with a quarter. And every couple of minutes you had to put in another quarter just to keep the phone call alive. It's crazy. Oh, really? That's crazy. Yep. I remember those days. And you didn't have to and just the simple cartoons. We didn't have like um we just had basic cartoon channel, and that was really it. We didn't have all that. We did have Disney later later. We had Disney. Um, but I remember having like VCR tapes and remember those big, big TVs? Oh, okay. What was my first car? Toyota. My first car was a Toyota and it was a small white car. I remember that. Yep. A small white car. Definitely. But I always liked having bigger cars because I'm so small. I'm like only 4'11". It made me feel bigger. Yeah, it made me feel bigger. So I had like two vans. I had a Jeep and they're also nicer in the winter time, especially in New York State. So I like the heavier cars because they stay on the road. It's harder to get into an accident. You can still get into an accident, but it's what was your high school? Well, my dad was military. He was in the Air Force. So we moved around a little bit. My first high school was in Texas. And that was oh man, I forgot what the high school was. I know I went to it's been so long, but then I went to high school here where I live now. Um and it was called RFA, Rome Free Academy. But I never finished high school until I turned 31 because I became a mom too early and I realized I wasn't getting nowhere without a high school diploma. So I went back to get my high school diploma and it was still with RFA, Rome Free Academy. And then after that, it was the cat. Yes. It was it was a cat, like a wild cat kind of deal. Yeah, that was the mascot. But I definitely went back. Yeah, exactly. Uh, but I remember always going, like even my elementary schools. I went to military school in England. It used to be Woodbridge, but they closed the schools. I mean, but not this. Well, they did close the schools because they closed the bases there when they started closing the bases, some bases. I did go to college. I went to online college because at the time I had children. So I had responsibilities for my kids and then having to work too. So I went online and I went through GCU, something like that. Um, Canyon University. and I went for um, a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in mental health and wellness. How many kids do I have? Well, I had four kids with my first husband, and my second husband, I had one son, but he passed away at birth. So really, he didn't have a chance for life. But really, to me, I had five children, but I have four living. Yeah, I lost one. He, I'm sorry. It's not easy losing. Phobia? It is very hard. It is hard. Phoebe. It is. It's very hard. I lost a son, and but I do have, like I said, I have four living. So pronounced Phoebe. Wow. Yeah. Was it was it a daughter? It sounded like a daughter, but I could be wrong. Yeah. I lost a son. Yeah. He would have been about, I would say today, he would have been about 14 years old. Because I lost him in 2012. 2012. It's, I mean, there's nothing, thank you, but there's nothing I can really do now. I mean, all I can do is keep him in my heart, know that he was a person, he existed, and that he would have been loved and he will be loved. I will see him again. So, that I do know. I don't, oh, do I want to remarry? Mm, have to find, if I ever found the right person, that would be, that's good for me, and I'm good for them. Um, and they loved me and I loved them. It would be, maybe I would try one more time, but it's hard to find somebody that's right. Um, it really is. It's really hard because most people so far, I mean, there is like, I don't know, it's hard to say. I really do care about somebody, but they're in another country at the moment. I don't know. They are very strange. I don't know. They just have this weird approach to, I don't know. They make you feel like, I don't know, like they own you, like your property or something. And I don't like that. I like them to look at me as, a partner, a best friend, someone that they can, that we can work as a team. And it's hard to find that. I had that with my second husband, and now I lost it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard to find that again. I mean, I know that person is not going to be him, but I know that's what I want, but it won't be him. They would be a different person. And that I have to accept, and I will accept, you know? So it's like that. And yeah, I know and we, I know most people at my age, and if I get someone that is of my age or somewhere around that, it's not, I know they had families before me, and they had relationships before me, and I did too. So we would have to accept that we have, you know, packages that come along with us. So we would have to accept that from each other. Sometimes that's, and then, other people get involved, and sometimes that can be complicating, especially if their other partner beforehand was not a very nice person. They can give you, because I remember poor my husband that's deceased, he had to go through a lot of stuff. He accepted me, he accepted the package that I had, and then he had to accept that their father was going to be involved in the picture too. And there was some conflict sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it wasn't easy, but somehow we made it through everything. I don't know how, but we made it through lots of things. Yeah, it is hard to trust people. It is hard. Believe me, I mean, I know it's not. Sometimes you can't even trust the closest people to you. Like, even your own, sadly, your own family members. That's true. Not just women, but men too. Women, I I have to say, some of the things that I have seen women do really disgust me sometimes. Then it makes me ashamed to be a woman, because I was like, no wonder why men feel the way they do. Because I have seen some women I don't, do some nasty, awful, cruel, wicked things. It's just physical. This hook up culture. It is. It's very. It is. It's hard. I mean, when you go on, like, they have like these, um what do you call it, like dating apps that they put out there now, like on Facebook they even have one. Uh-uh. I will never do that ever again. I tried it, and oh my god, It's terrible. I will never do it again. Ever, ever, ever. It's not the place to be if you want to find a decent person. No. Yeah, exactly. They just, yeah, basically, they just want a good time, have a little piece of the good goods, and then they just want to go. Some of these guys are married, and some of the women, and then on some of the Facebook, there was one time there was a couple that wanted to have a threesome. I was like, "Are you kidding me? They put this on." That's how come I don't go on stuff like that. Exactly. It's like a jolly um good time, and then they're done with you and throw you away like you're a piece of meat that they just had a side serving for the night. You know what I mean? Yeah, basically. And there's a lot of sites like that. And then some sites they have scammers on there too. They have people using somebody's profile picture, and they'll try to convince you that they're in love with you. That it's crazy. And then all they want from you is really they want your money. But it's a lot. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. And then they find out like yep. I mean, I still get um like on Facebook or something, you get a message from somebody, or even in Messenger, you get somebody popping up saying, "Oh, please, can you friend me? I really want to get to know you. Um, I'm military. I'm in the Marines or the something something. Oh, I'm in Afghanistan or I'm in Syria, and I'm with what do you call it? The United Nations, and I want to get to know you and this and that." And I was like, and then he goes like, "Oh, I lost my wife, and now I'm having to leave my kids." Wait, ooh, and they end up being like 400 pounds. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, you get stuff like that too. And then to find out this person isn't really who they are. They're really from like Nigeria or Pakistan, India, or somebody from other places that are scamming you, you know. Okay, I want to hear a joke. For a crow. Do you know that before the crow bar was invented, cows just drank at home? Okay. Really? That's interesting. Crows just drink at home. It is. It's intense. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So what are you doing right now? I'm not sure what time it is there, but I know it's your son used to tell you that. Wow. Oh, it's 11:45 there. I think it's like here it's probably almost 1 o'clock. Um, well, I'm watching TV too, but now I guess I'm live chatting. I'm doing live streaming. There's nothing much to do because I can't go outside. It's too cold and it's too dark. There's nothing much to do and it's too late, so you can't make a lot of noise because um, I have like people living next door and then if there's so much noise, people start complaining, so there's not much I can do. Are you married? Oh, you have all my. I have all your. Okay, thank you. Are you married or are you divorced? Oh, you're not married. Okay. You was. I was divorced once with my first marriage. And then I got married second time and I became a widow. I was married for my first time I was married for 11 years, very unhappy. I try to make it work. Um, but my second marriage was very happy. We had to go through a lot though because he was illegal and we had to go through a lot of immigration court and everything. That was exhausting. But he ended up passing away. But I was married to him for um it would have been 12 years. We would have been married before he died. He had cirrhosis of the liver, and the cirrhosis of the liver, it killed him. It shut down the rest of his organs. Yeah. And then he passed away. That was the hardest. I went through a depressive state for a little bit, but I had to I had to move on. I had to keep living because I you would never think that you would be a widow at 46 years old. I was thinking, you finally find Mr. Right and you know, I know eventually one of us would pass away, but I was thinking like, 70s, 60s, maybe 70s, maybe into our 80s, and one of us would go first. But I wasn't thinking no 50 something years old. He was young when he passed away. Yes. That was the issue is that he he would drink and not realizing that it was scarring his liver. But he would drink when he come home. then he would just drink coffee in the morning. And then he would do like chili wine and sometime whiskey. And I was like, man, you need to chill out. You're hurting yourself. You never think to. It is. It is the worst drug in the world because no one realizes you know, when you drink so much that it's going to do something to you. They at that time they think it's cool, it's no big deal, but not realizing eventually it could scar your liver, and then eventually it does kill you because when your liver goes to you know, a certain stage of scarring, it can't repair itself. And that means your liver has went bad. And when your liver goes to the point where you go into stage 4 of cirrhosis, that means you're at that final stage where um, I don't drink. Nope. I've never drank. I never want to. I never have. Well, there was this one time um, with my first husband, his sister. We went to some kind of um, gathering with his family or something, and his sister was putting like fruit in a blender and not realizing that she was spiking it with liquor. I drank 2 cups full of that because I didn't even know it was in there. All you tasted was the fruit. I got drunk for the first time in my life. And you know what? I was hovering over the toilet and I couldn't even keep anything down. The next day I had to I had to eat crackers because my stomach was still upset. I was like, how do people do this every day? That was the first time I ever experienced anything of the sort. And that was the last time. I was like, how do people do this all the time? I was like, that's the last time I'm taking a drink from anybody. Serious. That was the last time I took a drink or even got offered a drink from anybody. If I saw somebody like blending something up like that, I'd be like, no, thank you. I wasn't going to be spiked again. Okay. Have a good night. You know what? It was really nice talking to you. It really was. And thank you. It was nice meeting you. It really was. Believe it or not, there's still some of us good people out there. There really is. We're not all wicked. There's some of us that are still good. And it was nice meeting you. And maybe I may be on tomorrow just to start conversation or something. And you know, I don't know, I'm kind of liking it's like a little journal, like I'm expressing my feelings, but I'm talking to someone doing it instead of jotting it down on paper. I like this. Have a good day. I mean, good day. Have a good night. And hopefully I'll have a good day tomorrow. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I definitely will have a good day. And then Monday I have to go back to work. I have to find a different job. But have a good night. Get some rest. Have a good sleep. Adios. It was nice talking to you. Bye. Thank you. It was nice. Bye.